Yeah, okay. Hey y'all, it's Tammy with Cake Lessons. Today I want to show you a cake that my mother made often. That is a sponge cake. She was really proud of this cake, and throughout the video I'm going to show you clips of her telling us how to make this cake.
Hope y'all make a blue ribbon cake, because that's what it won 3 times. It was pretty.
We're going to separate out 6 eggs. Mama did it first. So we're going to put the whites in here because we're going to mix up the whites first, and then we're going to place the yellows in here because we will be using the mixer and mixing those up as well until they're frothy. So we're going to get started.
I get them out of the refrigerator a little early because cold eggs don't beat up as good as eggs that's been sitting out a while. Okay. I take 6 eggs and separate them. The whites I separate into the big mixer that I'm going to mix my egg whites up in. Okay. Then I set that back. I do this in phases because that way I keep things straight in my mind. I think it's better for anybody.
Okay, now we're going to measure out our flour and get that situated before we start mixing up our ingredients. So in a large bowl, we are going to take a sifter.
Sometimes I use not self-rising flour, but plain flour, and I have to put salt and all that in it. But I'm giving you just a self-rising flour recipe.
We'll be using a 1/4 cup of sugar in our egg white.
Then I take the egg yellows, teaspoonful of vanilla extract. Then I put about a 1/4 cup of water in with that.
The first thing we're going to mix is the egg whites. So when you mix egg whites, your eggs should be room temperature. You're going to turn your mixer on. You're going to gradually add a 1/4 cup of sugar. Now we're going to add cream of tartar.
Teaspoonful of cream of tartar.
Now I let them beat just a minute on low while I'm adding the ingredients, and then after that you turn it up to a high.
I'll take the egg whites, put them on the mixing bowl, turn it on high speed, and beat it till it's to high peak. Glossy.
Now that's ready.
Okay, then I get that and I set it back when it gets done and put the yellows on the mixer. And I put the yellows in the beaters, same beaters. I rinse them off sometimes I don't. Get that egg white off of them, but anyway, whatever you want to do. I beat the egg yellows in the water and the mix and the vanilla flavoring till it gets real frothy. It gets real frothy.
Okay, you can see that these eggs are like foam now. They just look like foam. And that's okay. We're going to start adding the rest of our dry ingredients while it's on low.
And beat the dickens out of them, because that makes them creamy. They turn into just a cream like.
Now we're going to take a large bowl, the one we had our dry ingredients in. We're going to put in our egg whites.
Then I take the egg yellows, pour over into the egg whites, and use my rubber spatula to fold them together. Don't stir it, but fold them over and over together till you get it all to look in the same color. Because if you put it in there and you put a lot of color in there in spots, then it won't look pretty whenever you cook it. I put this cake in the fair at Cedartown. I put it in the fair at Rome, which is about 50 miles from us. But anyway, I made first place, blue ribbons and everything every time because my color was pretty in it. It was all evenly and
distributed.
Yeah, that's the word. Distributed. And then I pour it in a pan that is a 10-inch tube pan with no pan, no nothing on it, just plain pan. Take the knife and run down in there and try to get the air bubbles and stuff out of it. And then I put it in an oven that's 350 degrees for 45 minutes. Oh, let me tell you how to take this thing out of the pan.
Okay.
You take it out of the oven when it's cooked 45 minutes and you turn it upside down.
We're going to flip it upside down right here. And we're going to let it sit upside down for 1 hour.
Mine had little stands every 5 inches around the top edge.
Mm-hmm.
And so that way when I turned it over, see, it didn't fall on top of its top.
Yeah, when you get your sponge cake cooled down, you're going to take a spatula and run all the way around the edge. Let's go around the bottom edge as well. You might want to do bottom edge first. Now it's come out. You're going to take your spatula and you're going to go right up against the bottom. To pull that cake up off the bottom of this fluted pan. So, okay, I've been all the way around. And I'm going to use my small one because I don't want to mess up my pretty cake. Okay. Now we should be able to take it off the base. Just like that. Flip it up. Now my fingerprints are on the top. And sit it on your cake stand. Okay, you can see that it's very spongy to the touch. It's like a sponge, and that's why it's called sponge cake. It's good for you. It doesn't have a lot of ingredients and stuff in it that's bad for you as far as sugars and things. And you can actually reduce the sugar if you want to, and it'll still work. See, I have smashed it and it still fits in just perfect. Oh, what's your favorite thing to go on it?
Strawberries and whipped cream.
Just like tonight.
Yes. But it's good with peaches and whipped cream or anything.
Yeah. All right, tell them bye.
Bye-bye, y'all. Have a good day.
I hope you've enjoyed watching my mother's sponge cake recipe and the memories that I have of her telling me how to make this cake before she passed away. It's a very, very sweet and dear video to all of her children's hearts. Y'all have a blessed day and thanks for watching Cake Lessons.